hello to you all. I never thought I was going to have to make this video, but here I am. You know, just life comes at you before you know it. So I'm going to be addressing some things today that occurred, certain actions that I am responsible for that unfortunately the public has noticed, and I have to make this video to save my career. So recently I posted a video of me doing a song cover of a song from the musical Wicked. I was doing a song cover of the song Popular, sung by Grande. And you know what? I produced that track. I was like, it's going to tie in with a movie that's coming out that's probably going to be very, very big. So I just thought it was going to be like a very good idea for me to do that. And I was just like, let's try to do a little bit of a spin on it. Let's have fun. But unfortunately, it has come to my attention that within this attempt to try to be relevant and to try to celebrate this beautiful tale of friendship, discovery, fighting political systems, I unfortunately have made a misstep and I used an incorrect word in one of the lyrics. Instead of saying proper ploys, I said proper poise. This is a lyric that I myself, through my years of being a theater menace, have not represented correctly. Also on the internet, through many different resources, through the genius listing of the lyrics to the Glee cover lyrics on Spotify, all have used this incorrect terminology, which is no excuse, does not make it okay. The original sheet music does have it, in fact, correct. I have to take accountability for it. I know it's really unfortunate that I have to do this because I have lots of privilege in most of my life. And so it's really unfortunate that in this case I'm underneath a microscope, but that's just how it is being a public figure sometimes. Sometimes in order to get that paycheck, you have to be held accountable for your actions. And so that's what I'm doing today. Normally, in most cases of my life, I would not accept myself of ever making a mistake, but I do not want to lose the attention of the queer community because they are the only community that is willing to listen to garbage, and that is all that I produce. I'm going to make a list of all the people that I am apologizing to now. First, I'm going to be apologizing to ARIANA Grande. I hope things are going great with SpongeBob. Really excited for you to be a stepmom, but I apologize to you. I know that you have changed your voice for the 5th time for this role. I think it's really admirable of you to be method acting as a white woman, and I deeply apologize for making the same misstep that the Wicked Instagram account also made. I want to also apologize along these lines to Cynthia Erivo. You really did the thing, and unfortunately my actions have tarnished what would otherwise be an iconic spotless moment in time, and to that I apologize. I also want to apologize to Schwartz. I know that you wrote those lyrics, and unfortunately, because Popular is kind of a psychotic song, their lyrics are really hard to understand sometimes, but I am sorry that I did that. Life's a journey. I'm learning and growing. No one told me what I should be doing, and so it's not my fault, but I guess I apologize, so sorry to Schwartz. I also want to apologize to John M. Chu. You really had a lot of pressure to be directing such a big, culturally significant musical movie, and I'm sorry that I misrepresented it in my song cover that got 100 views. So I want to apologize to you. I would also like to apologize to Idina Menzel. I think it goes without saying. Also Adela Dazeem. Also Christian Chenoweth. And then also along those lines, I want to apologize to the Mormons and Christians that do musical theater that are still somehow homophobic. So I'm deeply sorry to that community. You guys are near and dear to my heart, especially the Christians. You saw recently I did a cover of Trisha Paytas's song I Love You Jesus, and I let you guys down, needless to say. I also would like to apologize to all the theater kids who have wreaked havoc on the Denny's at midnight. I know you guys are really on the front lines terrorizing minimum wage workers, and I commend you for that journey of yourself. Normally that is a job reserved for boomers and older people of that nature. So I think it's really commendable of you to be taking that burden upon yourself, just passing the torch and keeping that tradition alive. So I want to apologize to you. We're all on journeys and we're growing. So now that I have that all out of the way, here are all the people that I am in fact not apologizing to. Andrew Lloyd Webber. Some might say that you're not a good person, you're in fact a bad person. So I'm not apologizing to you. I'm not apologizing to straight men who do musical theater. I don't trust you. I think it's really weird for you to be inserting yourself in spaces where you don't belong. And from personal experience, I know that 100% of you are menaces. Actually, it's not just straight men. All men who do musical theater, I think that that's not your place to be. So I'm also not apologizing to any of you. I'm also, in fact, not apologizing to Stephen Schwartz, because working on this popular cover, I realized that you are a madman. After trying to decipher this arrangement, I think you likely have, let's be honest, murdered 2 or 3 people and hid the bodies. I don't know that for sure, this is all alleged, but after delving into whatever that was, I mean, the writing's on the wall. I'm not apologizing to food that looks like other food. I'm also not apologizing to the people turning on Chappell Roan right now. You guys, unfortunately, are in a long line of people who are turning on the girl who's popular. Renee Rapp barely escaped that torment of people hating on women. But unfortunately, Chappell is the new target, and anybody who's coming after her, I'm not even a big Chappell stan, but I think any of you who are turning on her need to get your lives together and maybe, I don't know, find a hobby. Who else am I not apologizing to? I'm not apologizing to anybody on Ozempic for non-diabetes related reasons. The early 2000s were pretty iconic, but a lot of the trends that were happening at that time were not great. I'm also not apologizing to anybody criticizing Britney Spears. She's been through enough. Leave her alone. She's gonna do whatever she's gonna do. I don't care what she does. She could murder a person and I would not care. So leave her alone. Leave Britney alone. Actually, along those lines, I'm also not apologizing to Kara Cunningham, because she voted for, like, girl, get it together. We were all rooting for you and you really chose to go down that route. You chose to die on that hill. Girl. And there's like a lot of other people that I'm not apologizing to that I think are needless to say in this current climate, but I really don't want to bring them up because I am still processing the state our country's going in. The last person that I'm not apologizing to is the fucking twink who called me out on TikTok for having the wrong lyrics to begin with, because that was my safe space and you really chose to infiltrate that safe space and make me feel unsafe. And as a biological white woman, there's nothing I hate more than feeling unsafe, whether it's justified or not. So unfortunately for you, I'm not apologizing to you. So I guess that's it. I hope this came off as sincere and heartfelt, because to be honest, I actually really don't give a shit. Bye.